get Breece Hall back on the horse, pal. Let's get Breece Hall about 25 total yards, 1 touchdown. We'll call it 4 receptions. Let's get Tank Dell some work. Sauce Gardner is good, but he hasn't exactly locked down everybody. And there's some opportunity here for Tank Dell, speedy wide receiver, quick at the line of scrimmage. His head coach talking him up this week. His quarterback talking him up last week. A lot of people giving him a fair evaluation on his touchdown grab in week number 8, where Tank Dell shouldn't have caught that ball. It was a remarkable catch, fantastic catch. Tank Dell getting a lot of heat right now. Everybody's saying he's garbage, and I can tell you this right now. If he comes out of this very tough matchup on Thursday Night Football, 2 things. Tough matchup, Thursday Night Football, 2 red flags. You might need to consider that if you have better alternatives, safer alternatives for this matchup at least. But I can tell you one thing for sure. If Tank Dell comes away with 40 yards, 4 catches, no touchdowns, no big game, people will pile it on and say he's garbage. Look at him. This is a tough matchup. Keep in mind, Diggs is out for the year with a torn ACL. It's Nico. It's now Tank Dell. It's those 2 bad boys going forward. And we know how that went when they were alone in the wide receiver room without Diggs, who a lot of people think is a toxic, piece and equation, and I a part of the equation, and I think so as well. So I think taking it back out, getting back to what was working last year before Diggs got in and messed up the formula, I think Collins being back will be better for Tank Dell. Less defensive attention, the gravy work. I'm excited for what's going forward for Tank Dell. I'm also kind of excited tonight. We'll break down your dilemmas. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now. The Breece Hall Countdown Explosion Extravaganza begins right now. File on in.
Tall. He will always answer the mother freaking call. Don't let him fall. In the third, don't stall. Just give Batman the freaking football.
He's Breece. He's Breece.
He does a whole of a job. A whole of a job. A whole of a job.
Breece Hall, please report to the moon.
He does a hell of a job.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks. Live before a game, before a Monday night game, before a Thursday night game, before the Sunday morning slate of games, after the Monday night game, after the Thursday night game, after the Sunday afternoon slate of games, after the Sunday evening game. We go live before and after games. Just the way we roll. That's on top of the 8 p.m. show, what you're watching right now that happens to coincide with kickoff of this Thursday night battle. Week number 9 against Breece Hall and Tank Dell, against Aaron Rodgers and CJ Stroud, against Sauce Gardner and the boys over on the Houston side of the football. This is going to be a pretty decent battle. Thursday games usually disappoint. I wouldn't be surprised if this one did, but I'm kind of leaning toward this one might be a little bit more exciting, at least for a few pieces of this pie right here. One of which being, well, I really think Garrett Wilson or Adams, one of the two. Feels like maybe an Adams game, spotlight. This is where he gravitates toward. He's used to this. He's trying to, critique and coach this team up from a player perspective, which I love to hear about Adams. Going in, being tough on the team, which I agree, this team has no heart and soul. It really doesn't. Adams is trying to instill that. Adams said when Breece Hall ripped off a 60-yard run on the sideline and got pushed out of bounds, the entire Jet sideline was like, no big deal. The other team, the other side of the ball, every other team in the National Football League, when something big happens, they all cheer and scream and get their team motivated on the sideline. Not the New York Jets. And Adams said this is a problem. And Adams spoke his mind. Aaron Rodgers supported it. I like the way Adams tried to take control. Just getting there, and he's already telling people what to do. I like it, though, because Adams doesn't do it in a crazy diva-like way. Adams does it in a positive way. Adams could have a nice little outing. Garrett Wilson should have continued to have nice little outings with the attention being drawn to Davante Adams. I don't know that it's as good as we want it to be, but it might be better than it was. Like, that's what we talked about when it happened, is will the defensive attention be drawn off Garrett Wilson enough to make him better than he is without Davante Adams in a complex situation that is underperforming? Same thing with Keon Coleman. Situation's great, right? No other wide receiver. It's just Keon Coleman before they bring in Amari Cooper. It's got to be great, right? For some reason, it didn't work to the tune we wanted it to. Whether it was Keon Coleman's fault being the number one, getting shut down by top corners, or whether it was just being in his natural position. Amari Cooper comes over, Keon Coleman starts lighting it up, playing his natural position. I'm hoping that's what happens with Garrett Wilson. It seems to be pretty good so far. I'm hoping this team understands that if you feed Breece Hall, you win. If you feed Breece Hall, you score touchdowns. If you feed Breece Hall, you're an absolute monster. What is going on here? Why do we only have 43 people watching this show right now? What is going on here? Is this show like locked down? What are we doing here? Something's going on with this show right now. I've got some sort of like, let me see something. Let me pull up this show. Is this only being showed to like subscribers or something? Did I hit something wrong? Let me see. Let me go in and find out what's up with this show. Oh. What the hell? All right, here we go. This should open it up. I don't know. Now you can super chat. I don't know what was going on with it. It was an unlisted event. Only people with the link were able to see it that I sent out on Instagram and through the Patreon. We are now live. We are now live to the rest of the world. That was wild. I don't know what the hell that was about, but it's been fixed. It's been remedied. It's been rectified. It won't happen again. The Fantasy Football Show is live to everybody that just came in. Now you can get breeced.
Get breeced.
Yeah, for some reason we had just this link sent out to anybody with the link was able to see it. Now it's wide open. Okay, so we're back. Everybody file in. Super chats can be had. Sorry about that. I don't know what was going on there. A setting adjustment that it really wasn't me setting it. It was something that happened in an update that I just didn't catch that reset. Things are wild like that. We've got the underdog picks for the week right here in front of your face. We've got Joe Mixon higher than 0.5 higher than 0.5 touchdowns, meaning he just needs to score one touchdown. That's less than a full 1 times the amount. It's 0.85, but I still think it's a really good bet considering the Jets are going to try and lock down the pass. The Mixon train is in full effect. It's not slowing down. Mixon to the moon. We've got Breece Hall, 69 yards, I believe. But see these little arrows? Ron Navy showed me this. I had no idea. These little arrows right here, if you click that up and down arrow, you can scale the yards down or up, and it will lower or higher the times multiplier. So I moved it from 69 up to 79.5 to get myself another, I think, 0.24 times multiplier on this. I had no idea you could mess with these numbers yourself. And Tank Dell, I left it alone. I went with the higher on the 61.5 rushing and receiving yards combined. Maybe he gets a handoff or so. Gives you an extra like 2 yards, so why not take it? I went ahead and hit the higher. These are my hires for tonight. Okay, and again, I messed with the Breece Hall one by clicking the up and down arrow. If you want to play underdog hires and lowers and tail these picks or tail one of them or throw one of them in there, hit the link that's in the live chat. I've pinned it right now already in there. I've dropped the link already. They'll match your first deposit 50% up to $1,000. So jump in on that. We've got news real quick, and then we'll get to the super chats. Jordan Love groin was seen practicing Thursday, trending in the right direction for this contest. Know that, which is exciting. Puka Nacua banged up right now. I don't know that there's anything to worry about yet. Head coach Sean McVay told reporters that Puka left Thursday's practice with a knee injury. We'll find out how serious this is. Hang tight on that. Puka Nacua getting banged up already. He plays so aggressively. And I've said this 1,000 times. You guys have heard me say it. there's no more injury-prone wide receiver at his level in the National Football League. He throws his body against the ground constantly. He lays out for footballs that no one else is going to even try to get. He lands on his arms all the time. He's going to break an arm, twist a shoulder, sprain a wrist. I almost guarantee you, and Puka Nacua, mark this down. 9 minutes and 56 seconds into the show here on the Breece Hall Countdown Show. Somebody remember this and remember where to find this. I guarantee you, at some point, I almost guarantee you, I can't guarantee anything. I almost guarantee you, at some point during Puka Nacua's career, he will have a sprained wrist, a broken wrist, or a sprained hand, or a broken hand. Just because he lands on his arms and it's just, he's very reckless. But we'll have more on Puka Nacua. Hopefully the Lionheart is okay. I don't sense that this is a dire situation yet, but we'll find out. I think TJ Hawkinson is ready to play in Week 9 against the Colts, said his head coach Kevin O'Connell. That's great news. I don't know what I would expect in the first game out. Drake May is trending in the right direction. Very hopeful Drake May will play Week 9, says offensive coordinator Van Pelt. We'll have more information on that one. Tyrone Tracy trending already in the right direction to maybe play Week 9, so stay tuned with the concussion. His concussion didn't seem bad. It wasn't like he was in a fencing position. I do find that majority of the time, not always, but a majority of the time when a player is in a multiple game or misses one full game at least situation, they're in some sort of fencing or frozen body situation. Even neighbors, people said he didn't fence. He definitely looked fenced. He was just on the ground and he was on his arms, laying on his chest, and he looked like he was frozen for a few minutes. So he was just, his arms were pulled down and he couldn't present as good of a fencing posture for everybody to see, but it was there. Head coach Andy Reid said Pacheco is getting closer to a return. Doesn't sound like it's this week, but it could be something that creeps up on people next week. And even if it's not next week, he's still one of the better buy lows in fantasy football because he's dirt cheap. And this news of him not being back this week and getting closer might have his owner thinking, oh, this is a little ways, I can't wait. So use that information to your advantage in some sort of buy low on Pacheco. That's all the news I have for you today. Again, these are the hires for Underdog this week, or tonight. I'll do more for this week. I got the schedule over here in the corner. We got Breece Hall. Throw Breece Hall predictions out into the chat. What do you need to happen? 125 total yards and a touchdown is what I want. What I think he'll get, we'll say over the 79 yards easy. That's why I moved this line, and you can move the line by clicking those arrows. So, all right, let's get into these super chats. This one's from Max. Max says, Breece plus Puka for Kyron plus Worthy. I'd probably rather have Breece plus Puka, even with the injury information that we have right now. I don't know if it's what's going to be made of it though. So you're taking a gamble, right? Dell or Pittman, I'm going to go Dell. For this week, I'm going to go Dell. For long term, I'm going to go Dell. So good answer for both of those scenarios. Start 3, start 2 if DK plays. Tank Dell, JSN, Keon Coleman, Cedric Tillman, McMillan. I'm gonna go Tillman, and I'm gonna go Dell. But like, if you're worried about this game, bro, and I don't blame you if you are, Keon Coleman's a fantastic play. And then if DK sits in, you're starting all three, obviously. But yeah, I'm very much leaning toward Tank Dell right now. Part of that is like he's playing right now, and that's always a bad decision. He's playing right now. Kayola, appreciate you dropping your $20 hauler to Mars.
To
Mars you go. Appreciate you. Got a trade. My Laporta for Nico. I'd take Nico in a heartbeat. Smash it. I've got Kelsey and Otten. Of course you do it then. Yeah. And you even maybe trade one of those guys to make another move. Makes my Sun God Collins and Dell, Waddle, Coleman, Tillman. Love the wide receiver room. Gibbs, Monty, Swift. Maybe you're trading Swift and one of the other tight ends to upgrade Swift a tiny bit. Even though he's balling out, I admit it. But I still look to do it. Or I try and maybe upgrade potentially Dell or Waddle using the tight end to go get like a Tyreek Hill or something. But went from 0-4 to 4-4. Nice job. Great job. Bigsby's also a piece to move around. Love the team. Congrats on the amazing not giving up 0-4 start. You're 4-4. You're ready to roll. Your buy lows work too well. I gotta sit Achane, Gibbs, or Mixon. Gotta take a lap for not getting another trade sooner. Who would you sit? Woo, doggy. I don't think I could. I think, guys, who do we sit here? Do we sit Achane or do we sit Mixon? I don't think we can sit Gibbs. I don't know between Achane and Mixon. Mixon's out of his mind, playing out of his mind. It is a Thursday night game, though. You know, like if I'm factoring in one thing, it'd be like, okay, it's Thursday night game. Miami's at Buffalo. That's going to be a big game. Not that this isn't a big game. But maybe I say I sit Mixon here. I don't know. You're going to get this wrong, Capper, every single week practically. So, yeah, try and continue to make trades. But amazing job putting yourself in that position. I think I roll with Achane. But I would almost want to roll with Achane anyway. So mixing in Thursday night helps me make that decision. But just know that the Jets are going to be, the attempt is going to be to run on them a lot. So... I'm sorry. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know, bro. That's a really, really tough call. I think they're both run games are going to be pretty solid, but I'm not sitting Achane. That's a tough one. Continue to try and make a trade. You know what you could do? God, I hate this move. You could start Mixon and then trade Achane, but why trade Achane? I love Achane. I don't know. You also could keep the depth, bro. Injuries happen. All right, chat, vote on that one. Are you sitting Mixon or are you sitting Achane? Put who you're sitting. Yo, Smitty, 4-4, 12-man, 0.5, 1 flex. Allen, Kyron, Hall, AJB, Neighbors, Andrews, Higgins, Bench, Pittman, Tillman, Ertz. Sold my CMC and Devontae for Neighbors. We liking this move. Sold my CMC for Devontae and Devontae for Neighbors. I think I'm on board with that. I think I do believe that Neighbors is going to continue to do a little bit more of what he was doing earlier versus what he's doing now. And I think I buy that. I mean, you gave up a lot, but I'm assuming you have a lot of depth and CMC's not like needed really. You got to at least Mixons and guys like that. I'm assuming if you don't, it's going to be a hard pill to swallow if CMC does bounce back, but the odds of it are not great. Dell or Tillman? I'm going to go probably Tillman for safety. And Dell or Reed, maybe I'll go Dell here unless you got to make a decision now. Love plays. Love sounds like he's trending in the right direction. I'm going to go Dell in the second question. Actually, you know what? Go Tillman in the first, Reed in the second, Dell in the third one with Higgins being banged up and all. Unless you feel like you could go Higgins and then go Dell and put Reed on the bench, given Reed hasn't exploded lately. I do think Reed's a good buy low right now. Maybe you... Problem is, you got to wait on Higgins, who's kind of been banged up. I would probably do what I said. Tillman, Reed, Dell. You sit Higgins this week. Higgins also is kind of quietly in like trade talks right now, I think. Pick 3 this week. DK, MHJ, Tank, Keon, Downs, Tracy. I'm going to go with, assuming he plays DK, I'm going to go MHJ, and I'm going to go Tracy. If I feel like Tracy's not going to play, then Downs becomes the call, and that's an easy one. Downs is a good play. This one here just traded away Bucky and Downs for DK. Love it. DK smash. Dell, Downs, Keon, pick 1. Give me Downs for safety. Give me Dell if you're willing to risk the biscuit tonight. And you got to be okay with the bad game. It's a bad matchup, but, he's the guy they're going to try and feed. Start 2, Dell, Waddle, Coleman, Terry. You got to go Scary Terry. Probably Scary Terry and Dell, or if you want to go safer, Waddle and Scary Terry. So if you need a big swing, go Dell tonight. If you need, steady Eddie because you're projected to win already, then go with Waddle. Trade Cup and B-Rob for Tyreek and Dowdle. Cup and B-Rob. I'm keeping Cup and B-Rob. I just... especially with Puka being banged up again, and we don't know how bad that is. We'll go live on that tonight when we have a little more information. Traded Gibbs and Cup for CD and McBride. I don't know that I would have done that, bro. I like Gibbs as much as I like CD, if not a tad more, and I like Cup more than I like McBride. Garrett, no. I'm not saying it's bad, but I would not have traded Gibbs and Cup. Bye weeks are out of the way. I love that side of it. I love McBride, bro. But why would it be a smash when Cup and Gibbs are like two of my most hyped up players? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's not a bad move, but DK and Puka in the lineup, or Dell. I mean, bro, you put DK and Puka in now. They both. If for any reason Puka sits, you have time to make a decision, but I don't think you can sit Puka. I don't know. Chat, would you sit Puka for Dell right now, not knowing what's going on with Puka Nacua? Let's see what the chat thinks, but I would probably give it the weekend and then make another move. Jennings or Tillman? Tillman for me, bro, all day long. He just looks like the real deal. Traded Downs and Elijah Moore for Ladd and Nix. I could get behind that for sure, bro. Walker, Sharps, and Adunze for Achane. I love Achane. It's not too much. I think that's fine. Keepers are Brown, Metcalf, Devontae Adams, Dell, Mooney. What, 3? Keepers? Like, who are you keeping? Metcalf, Dell, and probably Mooney, bro. I don't know that Adams is going to have a ton of value after this year. Trade Nico for Dell, Reed, and Monty. That's pretty good, bro. If you need a change, Ben, I would do that. But if you don't need a change, if you're winning, then ride the Nico train. But if you need Monty, that's a great running back to add. Reed and Dell, one of those is going to pop, if not both of them. If you need a move, that's a good move. If Puka sits, pick one of the to start at flex. Tracy, and if Tracy doesn't play, then probably Tillman or Worthy. Chat, vote Tillman or Worthy. Which one do you like? That's your third, dilemma, though. Go in that order. If Puka sits, yeah. So vote on that one if you can, guys. Bucky, waiting on son to be born. Atta boy, Bucky. Let's go.
Let him cook.
Bucky, congrats, my guy. Saints or Chiefs D? I'm going to go Chiefs D, but wow, bro. Name him Breece Hall, bro, for me, okay? Appreciate you, Bucky. Bucky, congrats. Everybody throw a celebration emoji in there, an eggplant, a fire emoji, whatever helps you indicate you're excited for what Bucky just did, what Bucky just created. He created life. It's about to happen. Pick 2, rest of season. Deontay Johnson, Ridley, Coleman, Higgins, Myers, McKinney, Dell. Rest of season, I'm going to go with Higgins and probably Dell, but Coleman is right there with Dell. It's, maybe even a trade potential situation for you. Cody dropping the $20 super chat. Cody to Mars.
To Mars.
Cody, appreciate you. How is it going, Smitty? Traded Brooks Wilson for Hill. I'm fine with that. Yeah, looking at this team, any moves should I try and make? I'll probably say no. Flowers and maybe Tracy together to get one buy low player. Maybe Chubb, Tracy, etc., etc. So you use these buy low examples right here. You know what I'm talking about. Hit something in a 2-for-1, where you're trying to get that extra piece. We got the kickoffs happening, so I'm going as fast as I can. Start 2, Cooper Kupp, Ramondre Stevenson, Rico Dowdle, Josh Downs. I'm going Cooper Kupp, obviously, bro. And it's probably going to be Josh Downs. He's a good play this week. All right, kickoff has just occurred. The Texans are taking the ball up to about the 22-yard line. Thank you, Cole. Appreciate you dropping your super chat. Benji dropping one here. Dynasty, what would you pay for Dell? I'm rebuilding and thinking about targeting. I mean, I give up multiple second-rounders. Also, trade away very early 25 first for BT. I'd definitely trade a first for BT. But, if you're trading a first for BT, you can't trade a first for Dell. Dell's down and out to a lot of people. But it depends on what, players you can throw at them. But I'd definitely give up, multiple seconds, all my fab, etc., etc. Backup quarterback, some 2-for-2 to get him creatively into a package that allows him to be traded. Let's see. Stroud rolling to the right. Throws. Wait, hold on. That wasn't even. Is that game even? What is going on here? That wasn't even the correct call on that. Hold on. I'm trying to pull the game up. Damn. Prime. Texans didn't even have it at the 21-yard line. Okay, Texans. Is that a flag? That's a flag. 14 minutes and 51 seconds left. Flag already. Is that offsides? Trade for JT, give DK and Chuba. I would take JT, especially with DK being banged up. Chuba's expiration date. Yeah, I like that trade, bro. Zach, I'm taking that. I'm taking that. Did I say Monday Night Football? Did I say Monday Night Football in the title? Jeez. Thursday Night Football. Sorry, bro. Thanks for letting me know. I got it in the graphic. For some reason, my brain goes there when I type it. There we go. Fixed it. Thank you. Appreciate you. Y'all don't understand. It's Monday. Yeah, my bad. Okay. 3rd and 5. I fat fingered the title, bro. Calm down. Trade Braylon Allen and Najee for ET to the ETN owner. He has Hall. I have Bigsby. Trade Braylon Allen and Najee for ETN. I don't think I would trade for ETN right now at that price, bro. You're way overpaying, David. You're way overpaying. Najee's balling out, and ETN's not even starting anymore. So what are you doing? Stroud back to pass. Throws a nice little strike to none other than Tank Dell for a, 14-yard catch and first down. Attaboy, Tanky. Tanky, I have a good feeling. Let me hit the button. Tank Dell, this one's for you, brother. This one's for you.
One Tank Dell special, please. Coming right up.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, the delis may be open today. Trade K9 in London for Taylor and Nico. I'd take Taylor and Nico and run, bro, especially at 8-0. Like, if anybody can make that move, it's you. Stroud throwing a ball to no one. There's no one there. And I want to hear he's throwing it away. I'm tired of hearing he's throwing it away. Stroud looks like trash. I know it's the Jets, but eventually he's got to come around. Like, why does he look like trash? Without Nico, he looks like trash. That's why I say Dell will probably go up in value with Nico coming back. There's more than enough mouths to feed. Like, there's more than enough footballs to go around for Nico not to take away from Dell. Just becomes enhanced, and then they start rotating a little bit like they did last year. People forget how good Dell can be in that situation. 3rd down and like 3. He looked like trash. Huge. Big hands, big energy. Let's go. Devontae Adams says, get me on the field. Get me on the field. Stroud in the gun. Mixon to his left. I don't think they're running this. You never know. Could be a draw. Stroud scrambles to his right, avoids a sack. I just don't trust him. I don't trust him to throw the ball. Is there a flag there or not? 4th and 4. God, Stroud, you really don't look good. Any sort of pressure and he folds. He's not. Does anybody notice he doesn't throw well on the run? He doesn't throw well when he escapes like pressure to relocate and recalculate. It's like once he's rattled, it's done. The play's not. You're not executing upon some sort of contact, even if he slips a sack and scrambles to the right. It's like he doesn't adjust and find and relocate somebody. I don't know what in the hell is going on. Partly could be that the receivers aren't coached up enough to know to find another spot on the field once their quarterback's getting contacted. I don't understand what's going on. I just feel like Stroud is playing like trash. Marquez, appreciate you. Got offered Reed and Hunter Henry for my Kyle Pitts. I would take Kyle Pitts, bro. Aside, I'm not trading Kyle Pitts right now. He's too good right now. Like, sell differently. I like Reed a lot, but I like Pitts more than I like Reed for your lineup, so my answer is no. Yeah, Kirkwood says that Stroud didn't seem to have this problem last year. I think part of it is defenses, I don't want to say figured him out, but like there's more film on him, right? And then on top of that, it's like if I'm a defensive coordinator, I know this. You rush him, he's not accurate. As soon as he gets rushed, he stops making decisions. So if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to rush. I'm going to make sure he's scared the entire time. Pressure him. When he's pressured, he does not recalculate very well. I think a lot of it is Coleman needs to return. Once Coleman returns, this thing maybe changes back. That's why Stroud is still technically speaking. I don't even know if I have him on here. I don't have him now, but I had him on my list, and I still think he technically is. I just don't know when he bounces back. This is the Week 8 buy low list. Stroud's still technically speaking a decent buy low QB because once Nico's back, I believe he can get back on his horse. But it's crazy to me that he's not able to play efficient football right now. He did have Diggs and Tank Dell, which is more than a lot of teams have in the wide receiver room. He's got Joe Mixon playing out of his mind. Dalton Schultz is a good tight end. Their defense is still, it's got a lot of talent on it. There's no excuse because Collins is not there. I don't want to hear, Collins is out. He's got more receiving weapons than a lot of quarterbacks have with just Tank Dell and Diggs on the field. Now, Diggs suffered the torn ACL. He's done for the year. They're playing the Jets. This is Thursday Night Football. I'm willing to forgive Stroud's performance tonight because of all those. He's got one wide receiver now, Tank Dell. He's got Sauce Gardner, which is not the end of the world. Like, he gives up plays. He gives up stuff. So, whatever. But it's Thursday Night Football. I'm willing to forgive this week. But once we have Nico back, we have to get back on track. Or we start very much judging him and concluding something. Versus right now, let's see here on the Puka Nacua situation. We'll probably be going live. Gonna go trick or treating with the kids. I'll be back after the game, and then we'll go live. But yeah, it's not looking great right now that Puka Nacua is injured. He left practice with a knee injury. That's all we really have. There's not a lot of information on it. Is it a reoccurrence of the PCL? He was limited. I don't know that it's not like he got carted off or something, guys. It's like he left practice, was limited. There's a couple different reports on it, but Puka Nacua, not a good thing to have this going down right now. Puka is a guy we just got back. He looks fantastic. He's always going to be injury prone. It's just the way he is. It's the way he plays. We'll be going live on this after the game. That'll be kind of the headline of the game. So hang tight on that. Let's see here. Breece Hall, incomplete. Come on, Aaron Rodgers. You too need to get on your horse. 3rd and 10. This is no apologist stuff anymore. It's time to ball. It's time to do it. It's time to crap, or it's time to have a massive, it's time to dump or get off the pot. I don't know what in the hell you're doing. 12-team Superflex 7-1. Could Cousins, BT, Chubb for Tyreek Kamara? Take Tyreek Kamara and run. Superflex though. I'm sorry. BT, Chubb, Cousins for Tyreek Kamara. I think it depends on Aaron Rodgers taking down sack, 4th down, 3 and out. 4th down. There was almost a safety. It's on the 2-yard line. It's gonna be a tough punt. It's gonna be good field position for the Texans. But the Jets look like trash. The Jets look like more trash than. Why aren't you running Breece Hall? Why aren't you running Breece Hall? Breece Hall should be punting the ball. He should be catching the ball. He should be running the ball. He should be throwing the ball. Why aren't you getting the football in Breece Hall's hands? Your punter's on the back. He's in the back of the end zone on the line practically. And he punts this ball like to the 55-yard line. Could be worse. Or 55 yards. The 45-yard line, the opposing 45-yard line. 55 yards it essentially traveled, which is not bad. First and about 55. Let's see what Stroud does here. As for this question, chat, can I get a vote on this one? Are we going Cousins, BT, Chubb, or Tyreek, Kamara in a superflex? You didn't give me who your quarterback would be. Country Heat. If your quarterbacks would be okay still, I'm probably going to take that Hill and Kamara side. It's a lot of talent. It's a lot of talent, bro. Like, that is an amazing amount of talent to get. So I'd lean toward that direction if you can suffice. Aaron Rodgers is basically Vinny Testaverde now. It does very much feel like that. It's a great way to describe him. Full PPR, Hurts, HM, Breece Hall, Gibbs, AJ Brown, Keon. Just traded Devonta Smith for Mike Evans. 6-2, looking toward the playoffs. Was this trade a smash? I don't know if it was a smash. I mean, you got a lot of time without him, and then he's got to be healthy, which he's older. So what if he takes longer to recover? What if he comes back and re-injures it because his muscles will not heal the same way yours or anybody's would? That this guy's got the abuse and the age factor, so it's hard to it's hard to know. Evans is it's tough to trust, bro. I like him. He's a great buy low, but Devontae Smith is out there. He's healthy. He's got the bye week out of the way. Everything's looking good for him. I don't know. I'd say it's okay for you. You're 6-2. If healthy, I'd rather have Mike Evans over Devontae Smith. So if Mike Evans does get healthy and you get seated properly in the playoffs, you're not worried about any of that, then I'm fine with what you did. Yeah, it could be a very beneficial thing to you. Stroud getting pressured. There's no way. He's sacked. Yeah, he can't do anything. You pressure Stroud, he crumbles and falls and turns into a pumpkin on Halloween. God, he looks like trash. Stroud looks like trash. Aaron Rodgers looks like Vinny Testaverde. CJ Stroud looks like Garrett Wilson. Zach Wilson. He looks like Zach Wilson right now. All right. What we need are the Jets to get better field position on this punt here, because Stroud is not getting 21 yards. I say that to try and force him to get it and trying to do reverse psychology here. But Stroud can't get it. Impossible to get 21 yards. Impossible to get it. Oh, that's the Tank Dell, too. Oh, that would have been nice. So Jets will be getting the ball back. Better field position, most likely. You never know. Aaron Rodgers' luck. They'll get pinned at the 1. But better field position here. And we need to run Breece Hall. There's a reason I wrote this yesterday when someone said stop mentioning Breece Hall, and I said you want to tell me what to do? Let's make this comment, let's make this moment mean something. Get Breece Hall on his horse. Do it now. Yes, Stroud, what are you doing, bro? Looks like a wounded dog on the sideline. Like a wounded... Oh, he hit the punter. He leveled the punter. This is a first down, Houston. Way to go, New York. Way to go, New York. You guys just can't get anything right. Neither side can get anything right. It's about who could screw up more to get the other opportunity. Wow. First down, Houston. Roughing the punter. Did he tip it, though? He kind of, he kind of dove under his leg. He didn't even really hit him. He barely hit him. That looked a lot worse than it was. He did hit him, though. Like, you got to be cognizant of that. But he grazed him. That was a good act. Townsend's got an IBMD, Hollywood profile up for acting. What movies did you play in? The New York Jets versus the Houston Texans, Thursday Night Football, Week 9. I played an injured dove in the game. What an acting job. All right, Mixon gets a little work up the gut there. Jeez. This game is going to be a wild one, a long one. 2nd and 7. D'Amico says, can we get Tank Deli the football? Can the deli open, please, for business? Let's open the deli. Mixon ripping it up the gut. There we go. I've got the higher on Mixon's touchdown. I've got the higher on Breece Hall, 79.5 rushing yards. I moved that by hitting those arrows. Ron Navy showed me that. And I moved it from 69 to 79 to get a higher times multiplier. And then I did the regular standard Tank Dell higher, 61.5. All right, let's see here. Mixon looks good. You know, Mixon looks... Who's he remind me of? He runs a lot like... I don't know. He runs... You want to be honest, he runs a lot like Breece Hall right now. Just the way he... But he's definitely a more between the tackle the guy as well. I'd say a combination of that and... God, who's he look like? He looks like a totally different player this year. I want to say like... God, what's a good comp for him? Mixon. Who's Mixon remind you of right now? He looks really good. Frank Gore, it's a pretty good comp. That's a pretty good one. That's how he looks. All right, let's get on our horse, Stroud. Okay, let's get Tank Dell to the deli. The only problem with this game script is Houston goes up 7-0 and Dell gets a touchdown, let's say. Now they need to throw the ball a little bit. Breece Hall, you know, he's definitely not going to get game scripted out, but then the rushing yards, it's more of a receiving game for Breece Hall. But, geez, man. Matt Forte. DeMarco Murray. Yeah, maybe. All right, let's get Deli going. Get Dell to the deli. You know, he's not LT. Let's just make that very clear. LaDainian Tomlinson. But he does kind of have that, like the way he's navigating the open gaps and spaces. It does feel a little bit like that. He just looks different. He looks like a different player. Very impressed with Mixon. Very, very impressed. He's a good looking player this year. Hard to believe. He's 20. Ziggy, how old is Joe Mixon? 28, turning...
Joe Mixon is 28 years old and was born on July 24th,
so 28 years old. Looks really good. Mileage is crazy, but he's doing it. He's doing it live. And again, for anybody that's going to judge Tank Dell tonight, it's just a Thursday night tough matchup. Like, no Nico Collins. Like, it's going to get better for Tank. It's only going to get better for Tank Dell. It's just a matter of people wanting to cast judgment because they need him out there now. They need it now. They need it now. All right. Defender taken off the field. Joe Mixon hurting people. Third down in inches. Mixon ripping it. Oh, what poor tackling by the New York Jets. Mixon down to the 11-yard line. Just ripping it up. And the problem with this is now Houston goes, now we can run the ball. Well, how are we going to throw? Stroud looks like trash. Let's just keep giving it to Mixon, which is a smart move coaching-wise. But the run will open up the pass eventually, and they'll try and shut down Mixon, and then that will leave Tank Dell wide open. Yeah. So, hold on. Mixon, man, that's a nice move, that spin move. That was great. He just ran right into congestion. Of course, they take him out, which sucks if he doesn't get this touchdown. Oh, God, leveled. Okay, Mixon's coming back onto the field. Mixon needed a breather. All right, let's get a toss in there. Let's get a Tank Dell. God, Stroud, you suck. You suck, Stroud. You absolutely suck, bro. Right now you do. Jets stripped the ball from Stroud. Unbelievable. When he gets pressured, he's the worst quarterback in the NFL under pressure. Stroud doesn't. He breaks down. You know, this guy tricked us all into thinking he's this absolutely masterful, like calculating mind. You know, that he's going and giving everybody advice, walking into his sophomore year, walks up to Caleb and tries to be big brother to him. Let me tell you how to do it. He's not doing anything. He is right now, he's the worst quarterback in the league under pressure. Yeah, AR5 is better than him under pressure. What in the hell? Run Breece Hall. That's what we're talking about. Oh, Breece Hall fumbled the ball. He got it back. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Get breached.
Wow. Breece, hold on to that ball, buddy. Hold on to that ball. What a nice effort getting the ball back, though. That was like, he crawled like 5 yards to get it. Oh, that was wild. Breece, hold on to the ball, buddy. Oh, another defensive player down, this time on Houston Texans side of the ball. Taylor says that Breece Hall is his Pookie. Man, he jumped on that ball so quick. Nice job. Jeez, guys, this has been a wild Thursday affair already. A lot of things going on, but not a lot of goodness other than Mixon ripping off yards, you know, at like probably 7 yards a clip. I haven't checked the stats, but we knew Mixon would have a nice little day. I think Breece Hall will too. I do think that this is going to be a pretty reasonable number to get to, 79. I think he can have one of those 100 total yards in a score games. Very excited about Breece Hall the rest of the game. I think they know they got to run him. I think they know that. Rush says, LOL fumble, Hall is trash. You know, Mixon's trash, Hall is trash to you. Rush, I've seen your comments. I don't know what your problem is tonight. Smitty's not greater than the Mannings. What made you a hater all of a sudden, bro? I remember you coming in and being a fan of this show. You got like 3 hater comments in a row. Smitty is not greater than the Mannings. Okay, keep talking your trash. I don't know what got into you, bro. Did a bad call make you mad and hate the show? Did you put all your eggs in the Moonman basket and pick the wrong combination and you're here to get upset? You tell me what's going on. I don't know what your problem is. That's like 4 negative comments in a row, Rush. What's your deal? Tell us. Speak to us. I got a psych degree. I'm here to listen. Is something going on at home? I'm trying to look deeper into this thing. Trying to figure out why you're doing the things you're doing. Not just casting blame and getting upset at you. And trying to look at what's the root of the problem. Why are you upset? What is at the heart of it? Are you really mad at me? Or are you mad at Breece Hall? Or are you mad at Mixon? You said Mixon was mid. You said Breece Hall is trash. You said that I'm not as good as the Manning brothers. All right. Breece Hall runs up the gut. Okay, you don't need to shove him, bro. Stroud looking at the iPad like he can make any sense of how bad he's been playing. Aaron Rodgers back to pass, throws a garbage play. Devontae Adams. Don't blame Devontae Adams. Don't blame Devontae Adams. That's on you, Rodgers. God, this team looks awful. Yeah, we'll have more on Puka later. Hello, Smitty. You had me at Manning's. You're dodging the question. Okay.
Motion detected at the front door.
Aaron Rodgers throwing a nice. Oh. You got to catch that, bro. You got to make a little bit better throw, but you also have to catch that. Touch your fingers, bro. All right, you know what? I'm going to end the live stream. Maybe me getting out of here. I got to trick or treat anyway. Maybe me getting out of here will allow this team to score. I'll see you all after the game for a reaction show. Hopefully it's a great one. Appreciate you all. Deuces.